There is acceleration. Whether there's a change in acceleration is a different question.
So when you're turning around, you're at let's say like you stop and then turn around and then have the same speed going back, the same velocity going back. Well, it wouldn't be the same velocity because you'd be going in a different direction, right?
Correct.
So you have the same speed going back, then that stop and turn has acceleration because you changed direction.
Yes. Assuming that the change is immediate. I mean, if I walk this direction, stop completely, and then start moving again, there's a duration there where the acceleration is different.
I think what you just said was what I was thinking about. You were talking about just when you had stopped and not the whole process itself. Because then, like, if you stop, you have no velocity.
So you're making an argument for acceleration would need to be zero?
No.
Okay.
I think I misunderstood the question. I thought you were talking about just when you stopped.
Yes, that brief moment I was stopped. That's where the question was. All right. So if this does not work on the whiteboard, if acceleration is zero, then I know my velocity does not change. Change in velocity is zero, and I know that the total force, as we'll talk about in more detail later, is also zero. If one of these is true, actually I wrote if here, but if one of these is true, the other two are true. All three of these go hand in hand. If your velocity is zero, it does not change. What happens?
Then acceleration is zero.
Okay. And physically, what's happening? Describe an object that has a velocity of zero and the acceleration is zero.
It's not moving.
In the case of if the velocity is zero and then changes, is there acceleration?
Yes.
Is that a yeah or no? Why?
Yes.
Okay. So at that moment when I'm turning around, my velocity was zero, but it changed. So at that moment of turning around, my acceleration is not zero. Yes?
Is this where the negative positive zeros come into play? Is this where the negative positive zeros come into play?
Oh, it definitely is part of that. So so I'm traveling in the positive direction and I stop briefly. My slowing down, I have to be pushed in that direction in order to slow down. I stop for an instant and then I start speeding up. The entire time there's something pushing me that way. In reality, it's the friction between my feet and the carpet. So as I stop, my acceleration is not zero there, because if my velocity is zero and acceleration is zero, I'm not moving again. So, one more of these and then we'll get into something more active for you. My velocity, at the moment that I turn around, my acceleration,
Positive.
the moment that I just turn around there, my acceleration,
Negative. No, it's moving, so it's still positive.
it's negative.
What?
At this moment right here.
Why did that screw me up?
It's really positive and all of a sudden you change it in the opposite direction.
Then why'd you give us a look when we said positive?
Because the answer was negative.
Moving positive, so then the acceleration when you change it this way goes negative.
Just continue. We'll continue.
All right, so let's actually apply this. This is not a test level problem. We're working our way there. What I'm about to do is sort of the precursor to a test level problem. When I say test level problem, the last question on the first test will be a plus minus zero exercise. We'll get there. So let's take a simple case of a ball being thrown up into the air. Thrown upwards. We're not talking safe. I don't don't think anyone's ever confused that, but it still crosses through my mind every time, say, the ball is thrown up. That's not the one I wanted to change. There we go. I was about to say it's my cousin Robert, but the head's not round enough for that.
You're gonna put some type of lotion on his face.
All right, sorry. Robert, if you're watching this, congratulations, you've actually taken a step to being educated.
Damn.
Sorry, my mind shot off on its own track. I'm back. All right, a ball's gonna be thrown up into the air and then come back down. I'm gonna make the ground the origin. I'm gonna list out 4 times here. Time A, time B, time C, and time D. Time A, just after ball as left hand, left the hand. First, it's pretty much irrelevant to this problem. We're starting out, the problem starts with the ball already in the air, going upwards. B, time ball is at peak. C, time ball is at same position as at time A, but moving down. And D, time just before ball touches ground. Just so that we're all working under the same convention, we'll make up positive. All right, first off, any questions on what I have written? As in, can you read my handwriting well enough? All right, second, any question over what is happening in this problem? I haven't told you what I want you to do yet, but some of you might have guessed.
At no point are these letters meaning that the ball is stopped.
Well, at the peak, it has to stop in order to turn around.
Okay, thank you.
But these are just moments in time.
Okay.
As in, you're filming it, and this is the time of a particular frame.
I was just gonna ask if any of the questions are gonna have to do with displacement, like what's the starting point?
Well, starting point is,
Just right there. That's
Yep.
pretty
the problem starts at point A, so wherever the ball is at time A, that is the starting point. All right, so what I want you to do, and you can work with someone next to you or the other side of the room, just feel free to work with somebody. So we start out with X, delta X, B, A, plus 0 minus. Now, as far as notation goes, so we're all working from the same playbook here. If there is something that happens at just time A only, then I would write the letter A. That means that something's happening at time A only. If something happens from A to B, so time A to B, including A, but not B, then I would write a bracket next to A, comma, B, parentheses. So bracket means I'm including that moment in time, B means I'm not including that moment in time. Recognize that I have 7 different times that I need to address. I have the 4 times right there, the 4 specific moments right there, and then I have everything in between. So in terms of what I'm listing here, I have time A, I have between A and B, I have time B, I have between B and C, I have C, and then between C and D, and finally D. Those are the 7 time frames, or 7 moments / segments of time that I need to address, positive, negative, or 0. There is a PowerPoint that should be posted, where I go through an example and I present the answer in 4 different methods, 4 different presentations. So you can always refer back to that as well. All right, so what I'd like you to do now is take about 10 minutes, figure it out, and then we'll talk about it as a group. And feel free to work with someone else if you wish. Oh, and if something never happens, for instance, if velocity is never 0, you put in A or somehow indicate that. We're not ignoring it, we just are saying that it doesn't exist. Anyway, just do the best you can. I'll let the video just keep running because this is on video. Abby and Abigail.
Positions with respect to the board. He said ground before. Stephanie, I assume the hand gestures are to help you think,
Yeah.
not that you're about to ask a question. Okay.
Gravity's always pushing this way, so. So the velocity right here is positive, and the acceleration is negative.
That's not.
And then if the velocity and pressure. There's actually a teacher involved.
I put parentheses because after the acceleration. That's why it stops. Cause that's what we were arguing about earlier.
Numbers, I would have.
Yeah, and then one
Yeah,
But it's still acceleration.
yeah, so that's what I say at B.
And then C down to zero.
Yeah.
Which is it, yeah, so A and C, so going from zero is the velocity.
If we're deciding that.
Wait, no, I chose C, I chose not to.
Yeah, if we're deciding that
At
the velocity is just negative at that point.
Because also
Yeah, my compass is in plug.
Is the starting point.
All of them are positive.
Dr. Fox,
Yes?
is the starting point the hand or point A?
A.
A is the
Oh.
starting time.
See guys, I knew that was a good question. Change in position. Not including A, including B, but including, and then excluding B to not include C, and then it's 0, A, and C, and then it's negative, not including C, but including D, and then for velocity.
So it's positive here.
Including A and not including B is negative, not including B, not, and including C, and then including C, it's including D. Acceleration, including A, not including B, sorry, I'm double checking my answer, and then including A, not including B.
For what?
For positive, and then it's negative, including B, including C, and including C, including C.
So that's what I'm saying.
And if you wanna know something, remember when he said